In the ancient town of Mythology, where the red earth met the green forest and the talking drums echoed at dawn, there lived a hunter named Ajoka, son of Olami, the greatest hunter the land had ever known. Ajoka was young, strong, and fearless. From the time he could walk, he had followed his father into the forest of Okebo, watching him track animals through the thick mist. By the age of 10, Ajoka could set traps for rabbits. By 15, he could bring down an antelope with one arrow. And when his father joined the ancestors, the people began to call him Ajoka, honoring the man who walks with Ogun, god of iron and the hunt. But though Ajoka was brave, he carried a heavy burden pride. He believed no man or spirit could challenge him. The elders often said, Omo Ode, Agbora or to Ogbuen's strength is never greater than wisdom. Ajoka would only smile, confident in his skill. One morning, the royal drummers beat the gong across the land. The message spread from compound to compound. The king calls all hunters to the palace square. At the palace of Oba Adigok, hunters from every part of Mythology gathered. Their bows glistened with oil, charms dangled from their wrists. The king's voice carried sorrow as he spoke. A beast roams the forest of Ibuara, a creature half spirit, half tiger. It devours goats, tears down palm trees, and no hunter who enters that forest returns. Whoever defeats it shall be named the greatest hunter of our age. Fear murmured through the crowd. No one dared to speak until Ajoka stepped forward, chest high. Kobiyisi, I will go. I fear no beast, neither of this world nor of the unseen. The elders gasped. His mother, Aya Ajoka, came running from the crowd, her wrapper tied in haste. Tears filled her eyes. My son, she cried, the forest of Ibuara is not for mortals. Agbulagbaki I emo konren to Mosai Kulojo to Losodi, elders often know when a man walks into his death. Ajoka bowed and said gently, Mother, courage waits for no man. If I do not return, let my name live in the drums of Mythology. The king nodded slowly. Then go with the blessing of Ogun and the wisdom of your fathers. Before dawn, Ajoka bathed in herbs, rubbed Ifan, white chalk, across his forehead, and tied charms around his wrist. He carried his father's hunting knife and a bow carved from Iroko wood. The villagers gathered to see him off. The forest of Ibuara was unlike any other. The air was thick and strange. The trees bent in odd shapes, whispering as he passed. Birds stopped singing. Even the wind seemed to watch him. After hours of walking, Ajoka reached a river so wide it shimmered like glass. Beside it sat an old woman dressed in white, her hair silver, her face glowing softly. Young hunter, she said in a voice that seemed to echo from two worlds, no mortal crosses this river without paying respect to the spirits who dwell within. Ajoka frowned. I am a son of Ogun. The spirits should respect me. The woman's eyes saddened. Pride blinds even the brave. Go, and learn. Ajoka stepped into the river. The moment he did, the water swirled, and his father's hunting charm slipped from his wrist into the depths. He reached for it, but it vanished. When he crossed to the other side, the forest felt different, heavier, darker, alive with unseen eyes. Night fell quickly. Strange laughter echoed from the trees. From the shadows, small spirits appeared glowing faintly, with mischievous eyes. Hunter. Brave hunter, they sang. Do you seek the beast of Ibuara? Ajoka aimed his arrow at them. Stay back, or you will meet death. The spirits only laughed. We are not your enemies, hunter. But beware, courage without wisdom leads a man to his doom. They vanished like smoke. Ajoka walked on, his heart heavy but his pride still strong. He built a fire and sat beneath a great tree. As he closed his eyes, a cold wind blew, and a whisper filled the air, his father's voice. Ajoka, my son, remember, the forest has ears. Do not fight what you do not understand. Watch, listen, learn. Ajoka opened his eyes, trembling. Father, Is that you?" But the wind only rustled the leaves. By morning, he found strange tracks larger than any tiger's, pressed deep into the mud. He followed them through thick vines and across a valley. Then, he heard a roar so powerful that birds fell from the trees. Before him stood Ikonara, the spirit tiger. Its body was enormous, fur black as night, eyes glowing red, claws like iron. The ground shook as it stepped forward. Ajoka knocked an arrow and fired. It bounced off the creature's hide. He fired another. The beast caught it in its teeth and crushed it. Fear gripped him. For the first time in his life, Ajoka's hands shook. The beast leapt, tearing a tree in half. Ajoka rolled aside, heart pounding. He climbed a rock, gasping for breath. Then the whisper came again, his father's voice. "The forest listens to the humble, not the proud. Think, my son. Watch." Ajoka looked closely. Each time the beast roared, the fur around its neck lifted slightly, revealing a soft, pink flesh underneath. He waited, steadying his breath. When the beast roared again, Ajoka released one arrow straight into the soft spot. The arrow pierced deep. Ikonara roared in pain, shaking the ground, then fell with a thunderous crash that echoed across the valley. The forest fell silent. The wind grew gentle again. For 3 days, Ajoka walked home. He carried one of the beast's claws as proof. When he reached the edge of Olami, the villagers ran to meet him. The talking drums thundered. "Ajoka ti poda. Ajoka, omo olowo ekoni o tiaibo. Ajoka has returned. Ajoka, son of Olowo the brave hunter, has come back." The king welcomed him with a grand feast. Dancers filled the square, and palm wine flowed like rivers. The Oba rose and said, "Ajoka, son of Olowo, you have done what no hunter has done. Speak, what shall be your reward?" "Gold land, a title." Ajoka knelt. "Kobiyisi, I thank you, but I have learned that true strength lies not in pride or power, but in patience and wisdom. The forest has taught me more than victory ever could." The king smiled. "Then you are not only the bravest hunter, but the wisest." From that day, Ajoka became a teacher of hunters. He taught them that courage without wisdom is danger, and that the forest respects only those who walk humbly within it. Years passed. Ajoka grew older, and his name became legend. Hunters came from far villages to learn from him. Some called him Boba Ode, others called him Ajoka Oloi Ogun. Whenever young hunters boasted, the elders would smile and say, "Remember Ajoka, the brave hunter who once believed he feared nothing, until the forest taught him humility." And on moonlit nights, when the drummers of Olami beat softly on the talking drums, you can still hear his name in the rhythm. Ajoka, Omo Olowo, Ekoni Oti Keo Ogboe Ninu Ibo Ajoka, the brave hunter who found wisdom in the forest.